Hey everyone, so today I'm gonna...
Be, tumigil na! Anong oras na?
I think we can even hear me. Anyway, today I'm gonna be doing a little bit of something that you haven't seen on my YouTube channel before. Today I'll be calling out another huge company. And this time, not the company thing. It's tape. Not this tape. This tape. Yeah. Tape Incorporated. One of the most disgraced companies. Joking, but they actually produce the longest running YouTube show and their spin-offs. But it's something else. And there's also moments that a lot of people had hate for tape, and especially Dallas Brothers. First of all, Dallas Brothers father kept quiet because he literally got arrested for rape. I'm not joking. Check it if you don't believe me. He actually got a criminal worker and raped. He literally got jailed for rape. It was such a huge story back then that the Dallas family had to keep quiet. Like, when they were doing the show. Like, originally when I saw it, I thought myself, that's a station produced by, because there's no way to have this been on other networks before. Turns out it has. It actually has. So there was Connie Reyes on camera. They were eating like Aguila, okay, Keferico on ABS-CBN and RPN, which was the original home of the three shows. Of the actual three shows. Because Daisy shut them didn't actually go on yet. Didn't actually go on yet, but RPN was still having it talaga. But where exactly did it talaga come from? How did it all start? We're finding out in this video. And also, what are the controversies? You'll find out in the brand new series, Tape Incorporated. It is. First of all,
Ikaw at ikaw! Pakulit ka ng tissue dun.
hi, ma'ams. Welcome to therapy.
Ulo ko si Pugcover.
Anyways,
Report ka na. Report ka na.
on
Report. Ay.
the trio was formed when Tito, Vic, and Val or the Soto brothers, DVV, he was actually called to do a show with them on Discorama. Or it was either that or another thought that it was truly made on the program of the musical gag show Okay Lang, which at the time didn't really sustain much popularity. Probably, I don't know. No, I didn't watch them. I wasn't born then, and maybe some of you guys were basically kids back then. But on 1978, there was another gag show made by them. But only Tito and Vic accepted the invitation. He shouldn't know what I was saying on Discora on the music gag show. And and they used to do student canteen. 51 years on noon time. On the noontime shows. But on the primetime shows, there were, there were some primetime shows that the TVJ hosted. There were the school bukol, like they were basically school bukol. All characters like Tito and Joey Escarrera, Victor Ongasis, which the three also went on for Bulagaan. Meanwhile, Tito Soto being the principal. Usually, either Jay or Joey De Leon would be the professor for Bulagaan. But instead, for Bulagaan or even Tito Soto. But in 2022, Bulagaan 2022, and when they had another anniversary, apparently, instead of it actually just being Joey De Leon or Tito Soto, or like it would usually be, there was another guy from the show that basically returned on TV. Her name is Connie Reyes. The reason why she left Eat Bulaga was because basically due to Connie Reyes on camera. She did become a pastora, but he did focus on Connie Reyes on camera more, making literally almost double the episodes, which as she did when she was at Bulaga, but then returned on Bulaga sometime later due to her coming back into being a Kapuso. It didn't include her no more, though, due to how many Dabarkads were there like her. So the line was replaced from her name and Aiza's to Barkaday Dumadami. There was also some segments before we actually got to start on 1979. And this is gonna be a tough choice to make, but this is basically all of my favorite Tatak It Bulaga segments. It's Bulagaan, and where the audience are gonna be throwing balls at the hosts. Which it also got included in It Bulaga Asia under the same name. The bamboto ng video okay. The reason actually that's not my favorite. The reason why because that actually got relaunched on It Bulaga Indonesia as Jagoan Karaoke. One per all per one was relaunched as Sem Buksata Sata Sem Setusama per all per one Sema Satu Setu Sema. But I don't know what that means. But they, instead of actually broadcasting on the time slot in the usual noontime time slot, but they decided to actually put it on breakfast time slot. Where here in the Philippines, breakfast news is supposed to, or kids programming is supposed to air in and not just weekdays breakfast. just breakfast weekdays. But also breakfast weekends. Except on weekends, the usual breakfast news will be actually replaced with kids content, and such as CNN. There was also there was already channels that was
Yung uuwi ng abroad para lang sa halin. Ay, wow.
apparently. No, my cousin's crazy. Just joking. Anyway, on their network, it would usually be breakfast content or kids content. CNN network was basically the first channel to comply with this due to it being called 9 TV at the time. No, actually ABS-CBN, due to the ABS-CBN Foundation. They also produced some shows like Matang Lawin, May Puhunan, but I'll do more on that in a separate video. Eat Bulaga was started on July 30, 1979 on RPN for 9 years. RPN for 9 years. GMA for 8 years. And GMA for 28 years. GMA for 28 years. And ABS-CBN for 6. If you add 28 plus 9, it would be 37, right? And then you add 6, and that would be 43 years nagsama-sama kayo. Oh, mga batay cats. I'm getting a little emotional. But there's some things where I also have to go off the streaming thing, so please bear with me. Look at me. And yeah. In 1989, it went from a brand new home. On the telenovelas market, RPN's rival would usually be ABS-CBN or GMA, but it moved to the telenovelas rival network of ABS, which is the Kapamilya Network. The Star Network, or ABS-CBN, because ABS-CBN was then known as the Star Network at the time. So yeah, if I called it the Kapamilya Network, even though it was 2003 when they first started using that brand. And the KA on every single startup board, on each not just slogans but different groups of TV networks here in the Philippines is basically only relative. You want Philippine TV networks, free TV networks, because they're in TV5, there's Kapatid, ABS-CBN, Kapamilya, GMA, Kapuso. Look at me. And seriously, there's also things I really hate it sometimes, and this was some of GMA's hosts. They would be a little too corny for each of the freaking episodes in the show. They would ruin it in the show. Oh, not just to repair it a little bit later. So you probably know I stick with TV5 when it basically comes to TV show hosting. Like, what happened? Like, I mean, I have no idea what even happened for not just the TBJ, but tape to actually deserve some sort of humor for actually doing that. But yeah, you do you do. Ooh, I do me, I guess. So tape on 1995, Live Tape Inc. moved it with EB again. This time to GMA, where that show has been broadcasting for literally the youngest time. And along with some other defunct programs like Connie Reyes on Camera, OK Caferico, Aguila, Valiente, Daisy Shete, and a lot more, and I mean a lot more programs. They basically stopped after that much, but they still are producing like
Ay, wow! Enchanted Kingdom!
they're still producing.
Isa kayo sa space shuttle tungga. Tignan mo yung ipad doon. Nakauwi na ako!
There's still a lot of things about Enchanted of mine now.
Ate!
I know, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't have anything to say. But, like with Tape Inc. having this much longest running shows, and Bulaga is basically one of them, I'm kind of proud. But the reason why I'm calling out Tape Inc. is because I'm staying quiet over the past few years, and also an absurd something that I will disclose in part 2. On March 2023, while normal operations were still disbanding, we're still operating, of course. While normal operations were still underway, Tape Incorporated basically started lowering the salaries of each people that they got from not just the entire show itself, but other shows. Jose, Wally, Paulo, they were lowering all the salaries of each guy from that made It Bulaga a homecoming success. So for some reason, they basically lowered the salaries. They said they were going bankrupt. They made it a little too obvious because first of all, they were basically still doing operations, which if you don't know what normal operations is if you guys are basically living under a rock or something. You guys are basically living underground. And normal operations are the operations that a lot of companies usually do at all times. If they stop the normal operations from not just producing It Bulaga, but also replacing but due to the TBJ's absence, they basically replaced One Pro All to another and Bilis Comarendo Magaso. There was also some others or Tatak It Bulaga that basically not replaced, but I'll also disclose that one in part 2. They were lowering everyone's salaries is because apparently they were going bankrupt, but they were actually going bankrupt because to cut costs, if you're actually bankrupt and need to cut costs, here's what you have to do: stop all local and normal operations. The reason why you have to stop not just producing shows, but also making shows is basically because, yeah, of course, man, you are literally bankrupt. Like, bro, you're literally bankrupt. You have to stop normal operations. You have to stop producing shows. You have to stop, doing all those things. You should stop operating channels, etc., 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 etc. Because, etc., 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 etc. Etc., etc. Etc., etc. Because there is still there's basically still other like segments they basically replaced. Like, I mean, dude, they also said that they said something really disappointing about the company. Why would you guys disclose it on the public spotlight? If you guys actually, if they actually did that, you wouldn't actually pretty much disclose in the public spotlight. But I'll disclose everything in part 2. They lowered people's salaries. They didn't continue. They could still continue normal operations. All those things. But yeah, see you in part 2.